Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar. Today's topic is going to be maximizing holiday and end of year success with online stores. So we're going to talk a bit about how you can take online stores into the end of the year and use them to your advantage and maximize, your profits and your success here. So today, I just want to review a couple things before we jump into the presentation. There is a question box that's available to you, a comment box. So feel free to leave any questions or comments throughout the webinar. We'll follow up with you after the webinar this afternoon and answer your question directly. And then also this webinar is being recorded, and so we will send out the recording to you either today or tomorrow in an email, so that way you can watch it whenever you want to. If you want to rewatch it or if you want to send it to any of your colleagues, feel free to do so. Okay, so today's agenda, we're going to cover, we're going to talk about OMG, who we are, what we do, and the solutions that we offer you. And then we're going to talk about the top questions that your customers ask this time of year. So the top things that we often hear about, how to get through to the end of the year, questions around time frame, how long stores take to get built, payment methods, and even non-payment methods that you can utilize at the end of the year. And then we're also going to get into a couple storefront demos for you. And then we're going to talk about the features and the functionality on the stores that we see being used most often at the end of the year for holiday stores and gift stores and online stores. So a lot of really good information there. And then we're going to end with our top tips and tricks for holiday and end of year stores. So the things that we think are really important for you guys to keep in mind as you are building your stores. So today, your main presenters are going to be Connor Matthew, he's our senior sales engineer, and Maddy Dendy, who is one of our client success managers. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Maddy to get started.
Thank you, Lucy. So first off, we're just going to do a quick overview of Order My Gear, who we are and what we do. So quickly, as you know, we are an online store platform for distributors, dealers, and decorators to create custom branded retail-like stores for every customer. Our mission statement is we make it easy for distributors, decorators, dealers, and suppliers to sell branded merchandise. And as you can see, we have some examples of the online stores that we provide to the right, including corporate gifts, fundraising, retail, employee recognition, and incentives, and more. So just to go through our solutions, we have two separate platforms. Our first one, Company Stores, which was previously powered by Bright Stores. And then the second one is going to be our pop-up stores and redemption stores on the original Order My Gear platform. With Company Stores, you are going to see they are going to be more feature-rich. Common use cases, we see company swag, retail, employee recognition, and incentives. These are typically going to be for the most complex and long-term programs. Alternatively, we have our pop-up store solution. This is going to be the online pop-up stores that are quick and easy to launch, create the stores under an hour, and get it up and running as soon as possible. And then we have our redemption store platform. I will be getting into a demo later on in this webinar. That is going to be our online redemption stores that easily support rewards and gifting programs, which will be especially important as we get into Q4 and the holiday season. Next off, I'm going to let Connor take it away to start going into some of our top questions that customers ask this time of year.
Thank you, Maddy. And again, my name is Connor. I'm a senior sales engineer here at Order My Gear. And I'm going to cover, time frame, because this is a really, really important piece when dealing with holiday type stores. Because again, that's what your client's going to be asking about, right? Hey, my client needs a last minute store for end of year gifts. Help, I need it now. Or maybe, hey, how fast can you get stores up and running? And again, time frame, especially with the holidays, is crucial for success for your end user and clients. And so first, I'm gonna focus on the pop-up and redemption stores. And again, just a friendly reminder, exactly what Maddie mentioned earlier, right? We have two separate platforms, pop-up and redemption and company stores. So first, I'm going to cover the pop-up and redemption store type timeframes and certain things that can help you build stores very quickly. Because again, sometimes you need a really quick turnaround, but that's exactly what this platform excels at, because there's certain features and functionality in this system that allows you to build many stores quickly. So for example, store copy and store templates. Let's say you had maybe holiday stores the following year. You can absolutely copy these stores and build them out accordingly and very, very quickly. You can have certain store templates where you kind of plug and play. So again, different features to help you build these stores quickly. Another popular one will be product copy, right? So just know that you can copy products from past stores into your new stores to help with efficiency and building that out. Also, we have bulk actions. This allows you to make changes to multiple products at once. I mean, hey, that is a huge action item that can help with efficiency. Also, we have bulk artwork. So you can add artwork to multiple products at once or replace artwork across multiple products. Again, really helpful tool to get stores built quickly. And lastly, we have bulk code uploads, which is a newer functionality on our redemption stores. This allows you to upload redemption codes at once, which is really, really helpful too when dealing with redemption stores. And next, we're going to go to the company store platform. So remember, it's a completely different system. But the company store, right, it's built to be really customizable. It's really robust, has a lot of features and functionality. But that's the great thing about it. So just keep in mind that they sometimes take a little bit longer to build because there's so much more to it. But again, though, fully branded and customizable storefronts. You can create holiday or seasonal storefronts that mirror your customer's website. And again, on the example we have on this right side is, hey, you can even update specific holiday specific banners, slideshow images, whatever it might be. And again, it's a really feature rich and configurable platform that can meet your customer's exact needs. And when does your client need the store? You can get it launched ASAP. And again, get a date in mind. That's a really important piece of this, is getting a time frame. It's a really good idea to be proactive. So that way, hey, if you want this launched by Thanksgiving, start working on it in October or September. And also, don't forget, we have a whole separate department of a creative services team. And so what this team does is that if you need our assistance to build out these stores, we absolutely can provide those services to you. And so remember though, this time of year or towards the end of the year, it gets really, really busy. But again, what our teams can do, specifically the creative services, can help with store design, product ad, or even store configuration. And remember, you can be flexible too, depending on what you need. If you just need help with product ad, we can absolutely support that for you. And a little bit tidbit of advice as well. Pop-up stores we see on average can take about 3 to 4 days to build, and company stores on average could take about 2 to 3 weeks. But again though, these estimates can vary depending on what information you need, the intricacies of those stores. And remember too, if you get to towards the end of the year, we're probably pretty busy then too. So we'll do our absolute best to get those up and running. But again, that's where these timeframes are so important. If you're proactive with your clients, we can build these out super quickly too to help us as well.
Awesome. Another important piece of the holiday stores that your clients may come to you and ask is going to be about payment methods. So how can shoppers place orders without paying? What payment options are popular this time of year? We are going to see on both platforms, there is a myriad of payment options that we can provide depending on what you and your holiday store, how you want your holiday store to function. So both platforms have the availability to do gift cards, coupons, custom payment methods. The most prime example is going to be a purchase order, or account balances, which is going to be on the company stores only. All of these features are going to be essential when you're talking about holiday promotions, holiday stores, and if you want to gift your end consumers or shoppers at the end of the year, provide them with a holiday gift. Our stores are going to allow you to do this based on our different payment methods. Other popular payment options that we have and are utilized on company stores is going to be the credit card payment option, which you can use in addition to gift cards, coupons, and other payment methods. And then as well on pop-up stores only, we are going to have the Klarna buy now, pay later option. This is essential because now shoppers can pay for larger items or larger balances and then are able to pay in increments later on so that they don't have to pay for it all at once. This allows them to be able to purchase higher end purchases, larger cart totals, etc., so that they can still get the items that they want, but pay for it in a more manageable way. With Redemption Store, this is going to be a very specific payment method on its own. So essentially, there is no money collected during checkout. This is going to be perfect for distributing end of year and holiday gifts, especially if they don't want that end consumer or shopper to be paying for any of those gifts. Essentially, they can check out using the redemption code as their payment option. On top of that, you can also create custom code groups. So if you wanted to have shoppers see different products, you could create and put them in different code groups so that they could redeem different items. One of my favorite portions of this feature is that you can easily share codes by email blasting them in bulk, so you don't have to do it one at a time. This is something that you can easily distribute to all of your end shoppers at once via email. And then finally, we do have our bulk code upload available. So if you have custom codes and you want to add them all at once, that's something that you could do in bulk instead of having to create one by one. And then finally, with the redemption code, it is a secure storefront. So you can actually only access this store if you have the code. So with the redemption stores, there are multiple uses to that. Along those, we're going to have holiday gifts, a very popular feature, year-end incentive programs, employee recognition, and then corporate gifts. So employee recognition along the lines of if there's any safety rewards or any programs that if they were to get that certification, then they are able to redeem an item. Essentially, any time that you would like to gift your employees or anything at the end of the year. So now just to go into a quick redemption store demo. All right, so now going into the demo, the first thing that I'd like to call out is, as you can see, you cannot enter the redemption store unless you have a code. So I will put in my code here. And only with this code can I access this store. Now that I am in this store, it is letting me know that I have one item to redeem. So I'm going to come in here, select the gift that I would like. As you can see, there is no pricing. I am just going to select the item I'd like, go to checkout now, continue to checkout. And once again, on the right-hand side, when you look at the subtotal, it is one item, balance consumed here, and then balance remaining 0 items. And I am able to check out. If I were to come back here and try to add in another item with only one to redeem, it is going to let me to still shop, but I will be restricted once I am in checkout. So once again, I am in checkout. I have too many items to redeem, so I'll just come back in, remove it. So I once again just have the one, and then you'll see that I can continue to check out, and it will be the same process as normal where I can put in my information, go to shipping method, and place my order. So now that I have done the demo redemption store, I'm going to actually take it away to Connor to do a demo for our point store option.
Thank you, Maddie. And just real quick too, just to cover what this functionality does. So just pivoting back to the company store platform, one of the most popular functionalities and features, especially during the holidays, is going to be our point feature. And I like to describe this as a very cut and dry functionality too. Hey, it's a flip of a switch and your store will be reflective in points instead of dollars. And you can set that ratio on the admin of the platform. So for example, you can make 1 point equals $1. So that way a $10 product will cost 10 points. Another popular way to really utilize this function is going to be our account balance feature. Maddie mentioned that earlier too, which is a really popular payment method. And so that way you can, an account balance again is just, it allows you to upload money, or in this case, points into a user's account. And hey, if they don't use enough points to cover the purchase, they cannot make that order. So again, it's all about that control aspect of it. And again, it's a really popular feature during the holidays. And real quick, I just want to show you a brief demo what this can look like on your storefront. All right, so here I've pulled up a point specific company store demo. And so first you can see that it's a really different look and feel than the pop-up solution, right? So remember, this is a very customizable, very robust, but also very retail-like shopping experience. I like to hone in on, hey, you can have holiday specific slideshows. This is a great way to get your clients excited. And again, it's very, I mean, what we see that our clients love to see themed types of stores, because that means that there's thought and effort that goes into it, gets them excited. And again, when you're dealing with a point specific redemption style store, just know that up here, I have an account dashboard where, hey, my name's Connor Matthews, I'm logged in. And then here you'll see points balance, about 10,000 points. So again, this is a helpful way to incentivize your shoppers. And so what we see a common really use case with a point store is that you can have different categories that have different levels of payment. So you can see the bronze category, hey, it's about 1,000 points. But then if I click silver, it's about 2,500 points. So again, you can match up each category with the same threshold of a price point. That way it's a bit more cleaner. It makes more sense, especially when you're incentivizing. But because I have 10,000 points, hey, I'm gonna go to the gold category, and that way I can pay for this specific iPad Pro with my account balance. And again, it gives that incentive piece of it. And again, you can even have the live inventory reflective on the storefront. But just for timing purposes, we have no problem going deeper into these demos. But I really wanted to briefly show you, hey, what can that storefront look like? And again, I think it's a really helpful use case. It's really popular during the holidays. And again, if you have any questions about this, we are more than happy to demo this for you more in depth as well. All right, and so I did briefly kind of go into some of those use cases, but just to recover them, right? When to use a point store, year-round incentives, employee recognition, corporate and holiday gifts, and even employee anniversaries. Again, it's a really helpful and very specific use case that's during the holidays too, but just remember too, you can use it in general. We see this is a really popular feature on this company store platform because again, it depends on what that end user is requesting. Again, points are becoming more and more popular every day. All right, moving to features and functionality. What features should I use for end of year holiday stores? And what are some of the most popular used features at this time of year? And that what we see. So some for pop-up and company stores, we're going to kind of combine these. And again, we really discussed and looked internally, what are some of those most popular? And so some of those is going to be a themed type perspective we're going to go on this. Control store access and store privacy. Both platforms can help support that who's authorized to shop on these stores. So again, what Maddie mentioned earlier, right? That code is that code is how you can enter that redemption store style. Company stores has a plethora of ways that you can control the shopping experience with users, groups, and permissions. And also pop-up can support email authorization as well. So again, that's a really huge added value when utilizing these types of stores, especially around the holidays. Another really popular is gonna be inventory tracking and product database, right? That's what's most important here, right? Is your products. And so just know that on both systems, you can set your own inventory levels to keep track of it. Also, you can even utilize supplier managed inventory levels through integrations with dedicated suppliers. And again, they can update their own inventory levels on both systems. And lastly, you can add products from our supplier database. Again, help with efficiency, build those stores quickly. And again, it carries over that data as well into your stores. And then lastly, strategic shipping options. This is such a big one, right? Everyone experiences this when the holidays come around. Oh, I didn't get my products in time, or I don't know where my order is, whatever it might be. So just know that being proactive and what we see is being strategic with what you produce in terms of shipping. So you can utilize different shipping methods and utilize different shipping integrations to make sure shoppers get their products on time. That is such a big one, and that's a very popular during the holidays. So some more specifics of the pop-up stores, right? Remember, we do offer what we call landing pages. This allows your client that already has pop-up stores, but if they want to maybe for another season or another really call out, as you can see on the left-hand side, can be almost as like a category they can click on that can keep your stores organized using that store landing page. So for example, you could have, hey, corporate gifting store, and that way it's laid out and organized for all your shoppers to click on. Again, plug and play storefront and fast checkout. That is such an added value of pop-up stores. Again, building these stores up quickly because it's a plug and play fashion. Hey, you input this image or you input those products, and then fast checkout. That's what shoppers want nowadays. They want a clean and easy checkout experience, so that way they place their order and boom, and they go on with their day. And again, I know we've covered this and it's been a bit repetitive, but copying stores and products. That's what this platform's built to do, is scale up quickly and add those products in an effective manner as well. Some other specific call outs on company stores, right? You can be really creative with this. And this is what we really suggest our clients to kind of look at too. Holiday specific product categories. Why not make a category that's specific to, hey, holiday gifts or holiday storefront customizations, right? So don't forget, we have a whole store art and custom design team where they can go in and manipulate code and then do some customizations, make it fun. Right? I did mention on that demo I did for the point store, there was a holiday specific slideshow. So again, you can be really, really creative with this. And we've seen some clients do some really fascinating stuff. Also, again, a really popular feature is called permissions, right? On company stores, it allows different shoppers to have a different shopping experience. And so again, we find that pretty popular too, depending on if you want certain shoppers to see certain gifts or have different payment methods. And again, lastly, track shipping. This is such a big added value in company stores. If you integrate with ShipStation, this can allow shopping information to be proactively put onto confirmation emails. And again, you also, if you're not utilizing ShipStation, you can even input those tracking information and resend those order confirmation emails to your shoppers.
All right, and then last off, we just want to go through the tips and tricks for the holiday and seasonal stores. And getting into it, kind of as Connor was saying previously, be proactive, communicate with your customers to get those stores started right away. The sooner you can get started on that, the more time you can have to get the store ready, make sure that you get the gifts back before the holiday season and all of that good stuff. Second, connect with suppliers. So make sure that the products your customers want are in stock and will ship by the holidays. Once again, just going with that time schedule and wanting to provide those items back to the shopper before the holiday season hits us. Updating the store. So Connor briefly mentioned this as well. Even just updating the banners, product descriptions, product images with seasonal content so you can update your already ongoing live store to be holiday based for Q4. And then offer some fun and creative holiday promotions. So, allow the end shoppers to use coupons, gift certificates, redemption codes, and additional account balance funds for any of those holiday programs you will run. And then we don't want to overwhelm the shoppers, so limiting the products in the store allows them to have an easier way to view what they want and make that decision a little bit easier, and not have that analysis paralysis with an abundance of products on the store. And then as we are hitting the end of the year, don't forget to run your end of year reports, and now you can prep for next year and get all of the data and numbers you need. And finally, please use us. Our creative service teams are ready to help. We definitely want to make sure that nothing is limiting you to getting your online stores up and running. So definitely, if that's something that we can assist with in building these online stores, we would love to help. And once again, we are here to help you succeed. So just some additional ways that our team can assist you in the Q4 holiday season. So our sales team can do customer demos with you. If you're either not on either of our platforms or if you're only on one or the other, we can absolutely provide a demo so you can see and explore the other online store options that we provide. Second is book a meeting with your client success manager. So we can go through any opportunities you have, see if you have any questions on any of our features, and we can help you designate what platform the store would be best to run on. Other departments that can offer you assistance include onboarding, so going through training, assisting you with any new platforms. Store art, our store art team can make edits, as well as our creative service team can build those stores for you. And then our support team. If you're having any technical issues, please reach out. And then otherwise, just to get any general information, please reach out to ordermygear.com if you have any questions. Thank you so much for your time and sitting on this webinar with us today and going through how you can maximize your holiday and end of year success with online stores. We hoped we could be beneficial for you, but if you have any comments or questions, please let us know and we will follow up.